Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narayanam Narottamam Deving Saraswati Nasam Tato Jayam Jayajat Vakha Karoti Vacharam Pangulangaya Teganing Yat Gita Tanaham Vande Sri Gurung Ninatarinam Paramanamaram Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Gaurnitai Ki Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ki Shri Ki Nitai Gaur Premanandi Haridol Haridol Haridol. Yesterday we had a special day of the disappearance of Srila Advaita Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada ki. So there's 500 temples in ISKCON. 108 were made during the time of Srila Prabhupada, and the other ones were made afterwards, or some were further developed afterwards. Srila Prabhupada left a legacy for us to follow, that we should carry on the mission of His Divine Grace, and we should carry the message that He gave us to every town and village. I just got a letter from Tejas Prabhu, who is working for the Peace Corps or something like that in the 1960s here in Andhra Pradesh, and he learned Telugu language, but he was busy making a temple in Delhi and different places, but now he revealed that Prabhupada told him to make the Kishan movement in India. I was told once Prabhupada was driving out to Sodhpur, which is where Tanihati, you can say, and there in Tanihati is, of course, the famous Chira and Dahi festival place, and there's the banyan tree under which Lord Nityananda was seated. So it's a very holy place. On the way out, Srila Prabhupada was saying that in his youth, all the tea shops and tire shops and kind of lassis that were there on the roadside, they were not there. Rather, the English lords that were living, the very rich aristocratic people were living on the side of the Ganges, and they had their jute mills and their different mills, and so he was saying it's different. Then he started to tell us also that some of these factories, they attracted the farmers to come to the city to get a little extra money. They're offered, 1,200 rupees a month, 800 rupees a month, and they thought, wow, that's so much money. Of course, today that's nothing, but at that time they thought it was a lot of money. So they left their villages and they went to the city at 800 rupees then, and now it's not much to live off, or 600 or whatever they were offered. It seemed like a lot to the villagers, but in the city they had to live in a rusty. They had to, their children are running around in the slum, and they're working with the sound of the Ugra machines, run, 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 all day long. So as a result, they start to drink, start to gamble, and they lost all their good qualities that they had in the village. So Prabhupada was telling how the village life is a noble life, and we like to promote the village life as a noble life, and that they should come to the cities to work in some factory. Of course, maybe some of you are from a village and you're here IT engineers or something. That's one thing. If someone gets a high education and they get a very high place job, if they're just coming from the village to work as some kind of a worker, it's a big waste. And so Prabhupada was lamenting that we want the people to stay in the village, and they should chant. You see, maybe they're attracted by the city because the cities have large sense gratification. But if they're Krishna conscious, if they chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda. And there's no need for them to come to the cities and leave their village. Of course, I don't know what's going on now in Andhra Pradesh. We read that some villagers are committing suicide because they take loans and they can't pay the loans back. So I don't know exactly what the whole scene is, but this Tejas Prabhu, he said, Prabhupada once told him, you'll promote the life on the village and you'll make the Christian movement. Get everyone to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I told him that I heard this similar thing from Prabhupada, although he gave me another mandate. He told me to spread the Dhammapada and the congregational preaching. But since we deal mainly with the villagers, of course we do Dhammapada and Bhakti Viksha in the city, but we do also a lot of Dhammapada in the village. I told him that I would be happy to help you. Of course, here, Prabhupada, he built this temple in the city, also in Bombay and Delhi. There's temples in the cities, in Bangalore. That was built recently in 1996. We finished that one. But these cities in these other temples in the city are meant to attract all the people and to keep the cities Krishna conscious. But simultaneous, we want to have the Namhata preaching in all the villages. So we have something like 500 Namhatas in West Bengal and Orissa and Assam, maybe 1,000, I don't know. Over 55,000 designed homes, we call that, Shraddha Kutirs, and I don't know, in Andhra Pradesh, actually Andhra Pradesh has the distinction of the most temples of any state in India. Last time I counted, there are about 12 temples. There's what do you call it? Kazitat, Vizag, of course there's Secunderabad, Hyderabad, Nachal. Then there's Rajahmundry and Jayapataka and Guntur, Tirupati, Anantapur, that's 10, Nellore, 11, huh? Yeah, well, I said Kasitat, Warangal, Kasitat, Hanumat Konda. Keep shifting around. So there's 11. Is it, huh? Tongol. Huh? Where? Ongol. Nanghata. I might have left something out. Huh? I went there to open up a center many years ago. But I don't know if there's a center now. Anyway, 11 or 12 is still the most of any state in India. I mean, in West Bengal, there's maybe Calcutta, Mayapur, Durganagar, Malda, then Siliguri, and Calcutta. That's 6. Delhi, they have about 6 in one city, but they're including Noida and other places which technically are in UP, but they're in the greater Delhi metropolitan area. Anyway, so I learned that from my brief experience in Andhra Pradesh, that the people here are actually highly devotional. And we visit the like Rajahmundry for the Rath Yatra, and the whole city comes out. And we were seeing that the people in Andhra Pradesh are actually very religious people. And I'd like to thank all of you. Here there's so many, I heard there's tens of thousands of Narasingha temples. But we know maybe a dozen prominent ones, but then there's the Tirupati, Balaji, a whole of them, there's 9, 10 Narasingha temples. Yeah, that's what I said. There's a dozen from Sindhachalam, Vijayawada, there's Mangalgiri, Jadagiri, Jayagiri Gutta. I went there a couple of times because it's on the way from here to Wangal. So I just want to offer on the pronounce to the Andhra Pradesh, Los Indies. Now, if you have any questions, someone can go and take them up. Today is Sudevi Rani Devidasi's birthday, and she has one of the garlands from the temple. Let's go to the Haridol. Haridol! 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 She needs some special blessings. She's teaching in Bangladesh, and she has everyone that's there, they have a business usually. So she has a business also, which she named after my initials. So let's give her another blessing for our business. Haridol! Haridol! Haridol!
There is one question. What is the qualification for preaching?
Qualification, like a BCom or master's degree, MD. The qualification is, of course, to hear from the bona fide guru, to read Prabhupada's books and repeat what you have heard, not to speculate. If you speculate, well, I think it's like this, you see, maybe Krishna is God, maybe. Then you're in big trouble. You see, no speculation. You have to say, see, I have one disciple. He was from Guyana, and he came to Canada and got a job as a master welder, $40 an hour. That means 200 and, what's 40 times 80? 8 hours a day. $320 per day. Canadian dollars is what, about 30 rupees? Huh? 40, oh yeah, well, at that time it was a little less. I say then 40 means in a day, 12,800 rupees per day. How much is that in a month? 20, huh? Oh, it's fast, huh? 3,90,000, almost 4 lakhs. Of course, in Canada, you have to pay a lot of tax, social insurance, and so on. But it's a lot of money. For a welder, and here how much is a welder make? A welder makes nothing, not a highly paid job. So he was really feeling like he was in the top of the world, and walking around, going from one tether to the next, drinking the favorite beverage of the Guyanese, rum, made from sugar cane. So he was, someone stopped on the way, some devotee with Bhagavad Gita. Sir, please say, no, I know all about Bhagavad Gita. I'm a Hindu. You can't see? I don't need Bhagavad Gita. My grandmother had it. Okay, so he went in. And then again, he was visiting from tavern to tavern. So this time he was a little maybe under the influence of the drinks. The same devotee saw, sir, please take the Bhagavad Gita. I'm begging you. He thought, here I am, an immigrant in this country, and I'm being begged to by one of the locals. How great I am. Okay, give me a Bhagavad Gita, take $10. And I watched 15 minutes of work, nothing to me. So, then he went home. He didn't remember too much. Later, he opened his briefcase and he saw Bhagavad Gita. Oh yeah! I thought that. I gave $10. Wonder what it says. Very interesting. I think I'd like to go to see the temple. Oh, here in the back page, it listed all the ISKCON temples. It says, Toronto, 233 Elder Road. So let me go. He just happened to go on Lord Nityananda's Charodasi. It's a big festival. Everyone was chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. So he was amazed to see 1,000 devotees chanting Hare Krishna. And so he took the sadhana, he joined in the kirtan. He was hooked the first day. He gave up his drinking, gave up his bad habits, and he studied the Bhagavad Gita. So when he was, how could he be a teacher? He was a drinker, but he gave up drinking. He gave up all his bad habits, and he started to read. He challenged the Pandits in Guyana. You see in chapter 18, verse 64, it says this, and he would quote it. And there's chapter 18. Aren't there 19 chapters in the Bhagavad Gita? So he was a very dynamic preacher, and he was able to convince so many people to take up Krishna consciousness. By studying Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, he would only repeat exactly what he had read from the Bhagavad Gita, not any speculation. So if he could do that, he could be a preacher. Hare Krishna. And if you don't know what you're talking about, then say, I don't know, I'm a new guy, I'm a new gal, I don't know so much. Why don't you come with me and meet one of our advanced devotees we have here, Chaitanya Das, he's the temple president, and he knows all these things. Please come with me to the temple. Or today the Guru is visiting, so you can ask him any question like that. So the qualification is don't speculate, don't overstate your position. If you don't know, there's no harm. Sometimes somebody in Atlanta, I heard that they said, Guru Nanak, he said like this and this and this. And Prabhupada said, oh really? Oh, I don't know. Someone said, Jesus Christ says, he is the way, the truth, and the light. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's very great. Thus, he wouldn't get into big arguments for nothing. Another question?
There are 3 questions from here and 1 from internet.
Okay then. So, it's your last chance. You got 1 minute to get your question out here. Otherwise, we'll just take these. It's too late. And if I stay too late, then my secretary will get angry with me. he's probably already angry. Okay.
So you take all the questions? You take all 4 questions?
Very fast.
What is the best way to please Prabhupada?
Santito asked that to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, what is the best way we can please you? He said, if you love Krishna, I'll be very happy. And sometimes he would say, you'll be healthy in Krishna consciousness and you'll make others healthy. Sometimes he would say, this should like looks. He was not a stereotype answer. So it's not just one thing, but in general, if you practice Krishna consciousness, he's very healthy. If you teach it, he's healthier still. So if you take initiation under the Guru, Prabhupada from Srila Prabhupada, he'll be very healthy.
Does praying Lord Nrsimhadev for protection comes under material boon? What should be the mood of a Krishna Bhakta, of a Kanishta Bhakta?
Like every day we sing to Lord Nrsimhadev. It's like he wants to be a Kanishta Bhakta. We're supposed to try to become Najan Bhaktas. So what is supposed to be Kanishta Bhakta? Usually that means Prakrita Bhakta, a Bhakta who has material conditioning, material desires, very low faith. So you don't usually talk about what should be the mood of the Kanishta Bhakta. We talk more about what should be the mood of the Nadyan Bhakta. You're all supposed to try to become Nadyan. Uttam is that's some special mercy to become an Uttanadhikari. But we started to pray to Lord Nrsimhadev when Srila Prabhupada was sick for the life of the spiritual master. The actual reason for chanting Nrsimha prayers was for the for the protection of the Guru, for the protection of the teachers, for the protection of the temples. It was more of a spiritual purpose why we chanted, and it became a normal practice throughout ISKCON. So Kanishta Bhakta probably thinks I'm praying for my own protection. Now Namaste, Narasingha, but actually we should be praying for others' protection, for ISKCON's protection. That's the Nadyan Adhikari mood. So in any case, we pray to the Lord that if it so pleases you that I be Krishna conscious, or that we always add anything that appears to be material, we add, if it so pleases you. So we don't want to just ask for mundane things, although it's all right. The Srimad Bhagavatam says to have a good health as well as to be Krishna conscious. These things are all right to pray for. If you think, and I want to some mundane thing, then you try to like dovetail it. I want a good husband for my daughter so that she can be Krishna conscious and she can be in a nice Krishna conscious household and don't have any worries for money. We try to make it like Krishna conscious, if it so please you, my Lord. So the father, they have a big responsibility to get a proper husband for their daughters. And unfortunately, that's not always the case, and fathers don't think of it like that. They think that if their daughter marries a good engineer or some on a good salary, that's all that's important. I had one disciple, and her father told her, you should marry this guy. He's making 35,000 a month, he's a rich guy. And she said, but the horoscope doesn't match. It doesn't match. I just take a little extra ride to the astrologer, he'll make it match. Haven't you seen the sign? 100 rupees for astrology compatibility. 250 to make it compatible. Just 150 more, I could make anyone compatible with you. But that's cheating. We won't be healthy together. Plus he's not a devotee. A devotee, forget devotee. Marry an engineer, that's what's important in this world. Money, engineers, doctors. So this is the kind of, this is your mundane father. He doesn't really care. I mean, he has a distorted view of what will make his daughter happy. Maybe his intention is good, but unfortunately his methods are not good. So for all the Krishna conscious fathers here that have still unmarried daughters, we hope that you'll find a nice Krishna conscious bridegroom for your daughters, and similarly for the men that want to get married, some like to stay brahmacharis well enough. That's what I opted for, but most get married. So those who get married, they should try to find a Krishna conscious a girl. So like that, sometimes we pray to the Lord for something with the intention that we connected. I want a wife that I can serve you together with. So then it is not like a mundane thing. Oh, by the way, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that we should pray to Lord Nrsingadev to remove the obstacles to worship the Panchatattva and Radha and Krishna. So we pray here to Lord Nrsingadev that he will remove the obstacles for us to worship Radha Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, and Gaurnitai, and Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki.
While we are practicing devotional service, sometimes we get implicated in Vaishnava offenses. How to come out of this offense mentality? Once got implicated. Is by Ram Mahesh Prabhu from Hyderabad.
Ram Mahesh. Of course, when we take initiation, usually there's a class on the 10 offenses to the holy name. What is the first offense? Not to offend a devotee who has dedicated himself or herself to the propagation of the holy name. So, right from the beginning, we should avoid these Vaishnava utterances. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya called it the mad elephant offense. Vaishnava Atharad Matal Hati Utvarida Chinde Jai Sukhi Jai Tvata. That the elephant pulls out the young plants, throws them down, and stomps on them. So, in this way, the plant may stay green for a little while, a few days, but since it's pulled out by the root, soon the leaves dry and fall off, and the plant is dead. So this is what happens to our devotional Kritar if we commit a Vaishnava Ataran. In the case of Sachidanta, they asked Lord Chaitanya to give her the blessing of Krishna, Prema, Haridol. But he said, no, I'm sorry, I cannot. You cannot? What is that? Sachidanta, she's such a great devotee. I'm sorry, you cannot. I cannot give her Krishna Prema because she's a Vaishnava Atarati. She has offended the Vaishnava. How is it possible? How could she offend a Vaishnava? She's such a great devotee. You see, when my brother would go to hear the class of Advaita Gosai, sometimes she would send me, when both of us delayed in coming, then she would complain that this Advaita Gosai, he will make my sons into sannyasis. So, in this way, she was criticizing him. Of course, both her sons became sannyasis, but that's another. So, the devotees, they said, well, what can she do? How does she get free from that offense? Well, he said, you see, she has to be forgiven by Advaita Gosai. So he took her, all so many devotees came, and Advaita, he said, why is everybody here today? And then Lord Chaitanya explained that, you see, Sachidanta has committed an offense to you, therefore you should forgive her. And she said, please forgive me for any offense I made. And he said, Sachidanta making offense to me? How is it possible? She's such a great devotee. She always crying for the Lord, and he started glorifying Sachidanta. He said, I'm nothing, I'm just insignificant. Sachidanta is such a wonderful devotee. And he's glorifying glories and glories and glories to Sachidanta. He fainted in ecstasy. So there was no hope that he would get forgiven. Actually, some healer told me that you should get forgiven. Maybe you committed some offense to some Vaishnava, that's why I got a stroke. So I wrote a letter to all the GDCs. If I committed any offense, please forgive me. But I asked several personally, how can you offend me? You didn't offend me, I don't. Like this, no one wants to, if at least say, okay, I don't know any offense, but if knowingly or unknowingly you make an offense, may Krishna please forgive you. Okay, agreed. But if they say that I'm so tolerant, you're so great, you can't offend me, it doesn't help. if you did offend them, you still have the sins. So, Advaita Gosai was on the ground. So Lord Chaitanya told Satchidananda, he's not going to forgive you because he doesn't take that you will need any, that you need any offense against him. So what you do, take the dust, quick, while he's unconscious, take the dust from his feet and put it on your head. And by taking the dust, you'll be forgiven for your sins. So she went and took some dust from Advaita's feet and put it on her head. So this is the secret. I was wondering why this one devotee was taking all the dust from the shoes and putting it on his head. And I was wondering, maybe he committed some offense to Vaishnava and he wants to take the dust. He knows that he won't give them the dust, so he's stealing it from their shoes. I don't know why he was stealing the dust. Do you know? You should watch out where you keep your shoes.
This question is from internet. How?
This is the last question? Second last.
Last. Okay, Mahabharata Prabhu is saying last. How and when did Lord Nityananda started the Namahata? From Bhakti Priya Radhika Devi Dasi Mataji, Manipal.
Bhakti Priya Radhika Devi Dasi from Manipal. Let's give her a blessing and all the students in Manipal who practice Krishna consciousness. Haribol! 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 You tell that all have been blessed. Bhakti Priya Radhika Devi Dasi. That's a very good name to repeat because it has many varieties. Bhakti, Priya, see Bhakti and Priya there. These are hard letters for me to, with a paralyzed face to pronounce. So if I say her name, Bhakti, Priya, Radhika Devi Dasi, then V and T are repeated. So, how did Lord Nityananda start the Namahata? You see, Lord Chaitanya took sannyas 499 years ago. Next year is his 500th anniversary. So, you going to observe it here? Will you observe it?
Are you going to observe Lord Chaitanya taking sannyas? 500th year appearance next year?
I hope so. So anyway, when he took, you didn't know that, did you? Huh? Should put it on your agenda. So we're going to have a special Padayatra from 9th floor to Katwa and Katwa to Jagannath Puri, visiting all the places, following Lord Chaitanya's path. But when Lord Chaitanya got to Jagannath Puri, he was with 5 devotees, including Lord Nityananda. So after some time he told Nityananda, you see, both of us, we have been preaching in Bengal. If we're both here, all that teaching will go lost. So you should go back to Bengal, get married, so that one can also practice Krishna consciousness as a grihasta. Grihe tako, bodhi tako, sada hadi dole tako. So, Lord Nityananda, following Lord Chaitanya's instruction, he went back to Navadvipan, and then he started the Namahata from Tanihati and then he made the headquarters in Shardi Kunja in Godramjit. We know that how he started. It said in Tanihati about I forget 1 or 3 months. They had a massive kirtan that went on day and night. Somehow the kirtan just kept going, and it grew until like 10,000 people singing and chanting all the time. And the devotees were coming so empowered by the constant chanting that some of the devotees uprooted gigantic trees and started dancing with the trees. Aliram Thakur, he took on 60-foot long bamboo and he was playing like Krishna playing on a flute. But a 60-foot long thick bamboo, I mean must weigh several hundred kilos, and holding it by one end, the leverage is incredible. So they're doing these amazing things, and then Raghu Pandit of the Tanihati, he told Lord Nityananda that they're taking out all my trees. There are no trees left to do the deity worship. And these thousands of people, they're coming in and crashing in my gardens. And I like kirtan, but I have to do the deity worship. I have Radha Mahan. So the Lord Chaitanya moved his kirtan village after village. And when he got a good reception, he left one associate, and they were in charge of a certain area, and they established namhatas in the different villages. So like this. That's how historically we heard that he started. After that, we went to Kanakula, Krishnanagar, where Adiram Thakur was situated, and we heard how he went. He had discussion with all his disciples and associates, take out the map, and he would see the map and say, how do you make all these villages Krishna conscious? Well, this one. What about this one? That one, there's no devotee. So let's do a kirtan, a festival, dramas, feast, everything. Next village. We have Nanhata there. Oh yes, there we have Nanhata. Okay, we'll do a 1-week festival. Suddenly from this village will come over to see what's going on. We'll make the contacts, and we'll establish a Nanhata in that village. So like this, they would check out, make plans, how they would spread from one village to the next. These are practical ideas we heard in different places, but technically, I mean, how Lord Nityananda masterminded it. Not so many details. There's more details how Bhakti Thakur, how he restarted the Nanhata. But we have this information that Lord Nityananda, through kirtan, through lectures, through establishing empowered associates in different places, he made the Nanhata spread all over Bengal. At that time, Bengal was east and west. There was no partition. Last one.
How to preach to people who believe in Krishna and they think his guru is Krishna's incarnation?
Okay, think of that's a tough one. Uh, of course, it's hard to teach anyone unless they want, unless they're open to it, unless they want to hear. I mean, it's like you can't just go to people, oh, you think Saidala is your guru and you think he's an avatar, blah, 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 and we start to attack Saidala. It's not going to get anywhere. Somehow, if the people show some interest, if they want to hear, normally you can't just ignore that and give them the Bhagavad Gita, give them Prabhupada's, Prabhupada's books. Like in the case of, I was at the Bhaktivedanta Hospital. There was one guy who had magazines from Sai Lala, Brahma Kumaris, several spiritual organizations. So the spiritual care lady, she said, "Oh, you're interested in spiritual life? You have so many magazines." Yes, but I have a doubt. Everyone says that their guru is Krishna, their guru is God. Brahma Kumaris, Prajapati, they say he's a God. Sadhana, they say he's God. So everyone, they say they're God. Who is really God? That's what I'd like to know. The lady said, you see, we had the same doubt, but we read the Bhagavad Gita as it is. In the excuse me, in the Bhagavad Gita as it is, it clearly says that Krishna is God. See, oh, really? That's what I always wanted to know. Who is really God? Yeah, Krishna. So then they give the Bhagavad Gita and he heard. So we give people, if they actually see the qualities of Godhead, so the avatar, it's not like so easy. Like in Rajamundry, our temple, there's some temple. He was claiming to be a Kalki avatar, but the devotees told Kalki avatar is not predicted until 420,000 years from now. Really? Yeah, he comes at the end of Kali Yuga. Well, I'm the one who reveals Kalki avatar. And then he said, I'm the, we're the some special Bhagavan. What Bhagavan he said he was? Alma Bhagavan or something. And if you pay him 5 lakhs rupees, he'll give you a special blessing. Knocks you out for 3 days. So, like this, there's so many, like Krishna says, Sandalani Yuge Yuge, I come in every yuga. But God, these people, they don't come in Yuga Yuga, they'll come every millennium, they come every year, every month, every day. So if people are willing to give them lakhs, then they get the blessings. So if somebody is so foolish as to accept someone as a Bhagavan, it's tough. We generally just try to treat everyone nice and we don't get into the... If they ask us, well, I read here because it says, in order to be a Bhagavan, to be avatar, there's like three distinguishing characteristics. One should be predicted in the Shastra. One should nest the prediction. It's not enough. It's like this Kalki predicted that it said he's going to be the son of so and so, and he's going to be born in this period. Someone just says, "Oh, I'm Kalki. I'm Kalki all the time." Yeah, you're a little early, aren't you? It's not like that. It's not can't just claim. So they should be predicted, and should be also nest the prediction. Your mother and father are Mr. Reddy. He said he is going to be the son of Vishnu Jana or something. So then the third thing is that they should do a super natural, uncommon kind of activities, which an ordinary person can't do. So, like Lord Chaitanya, it was predicted that Krishna would come in Kali Yuga, and that he would be 24 years grihastha, and 24 years he would take sannyas. It was predicted that he would be the born of Mother Sachi, he would be appear in Navadip. It's all mentioned in different Puranas, Samhitas. So, the two match up, that in Kali Yuga the Lord comes in disguise, just like the previous avatar was Balaji, Srinivasa, Govinda. He was from the previous Kali Yuga. And this Kali Yuga is Lord Chaitanya. So, and Vedadati, and the previous Leela with was Padmavati, and in this Leela is Lakshmi Priya. So every time, what was the uncommon? Lord Chaitanya, of course, he cured a leper in Andhra Pradesh, in what's that place called near Kurnakshetra. Kurnakshetra. It's an hour and a half from the Visakhapatnam. And of course, to awaken in people love for Krishna is the most uncommon thing. Mostly everybody is very addicted to material life, and to awaken in their heart love for Krishna, that's the most amazing thing. So, like that, Lord Chaitanya, because in Kali Yuga, the Lord never tells that he's Krishna. He would never admit that he was Krishna, except to a very intimate associate. So he was always in disguise as an ordinary human being. But those who were in the know could see that actually he was Krishna. But if you would tell, he would never say, I am Krishna. So Kali Yuga, so many are claiming to be avatars of Krishna. But actually, if they claim that in Kali Yuga, it means they're not Krishna, because Krishna never claims. If he comes like Buddha or Lord Chaitanya, they don't ever say that they're Krishna publicly. Maybe they reveal it to some very intimate associate, but they don't publicly reveal it. That's why it's one of the Lord's names is Triyuga. He comes openly in the Satya, Treta, and Dharma Yuga. And Kali Yuga he comes as a Chana avatar, as a hidden avatar. Like Srinivas, he came hidden. People didn't know that he was avatar. They thought he was just a village boy, and Bakula was his mother, but the whole Devas, they know that this is the Lord, this is Vishnu. So he got a donation from, he got a loan from Kuler, and to pay back that loan, we all go and we give the dakshina. So, in Kali Yuga, the Lord comes as a hidden avatar. So with this last question, I end today's session. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Because I was asked to go a long time ago when I went to Balaram Purnima, when I went to Jayapataka, no, that was Rajahmundry. I was invited to go to Visakhapatnam. So I agreed that if I come to Andhra Pradesh, I'll go there. So this Saturday and Sunday I'm going to Visakhapatnam. I'll be back here on Monday to continue my therapy, and hopefully we can have a class here on Monday through Friday. So get your questions ready. Fortunately, we only have 4 questions. This is all the time we had. So thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.